Okay, so you probably read already today's topic, so first part I'm gonna explain a bit for you. What has been going on in my country Syria a year ago from this day before 8 December 2024. So we were ruled for years by a dictator named Hafez al-Assad along with his evil soldiers. Hafez al-Assad was the worst monster anyone could hear about, because he in it early built prisons and told his soldiers to capture any single human from the country who say they want freedom or just disagree with him. And what worse, those innocent people were put in prison years, away from their families, been only daily abused, tortured, assaulted, starved, and without allowing them to communicate or barely do anything. Not to mention they steal their money and gold too. You don't understand, they hear everyone. If you want to talk in home with your family, with friends, sometimes even online, they will find out and are ready to destroy you any moment and put you in the prison. Many has died under torture in prisons. I mean by that even kids, unfortunately they had zero mercy on anyone. Others were forced to be Martyrs of Syria were victims of the most horrifying death ever. It's heartbreaking to imagine the pain they endured. They died as heroes trying to free Syria from those monsters, but they unfortunately got killed instead. So I will talk about them now and tell the story because I feel it the least I can do. I won't mention violent details for your own good, and trust me, do not search it up, there is too much you won't imagine, and even very horror pictures of the victim tortured, killed body. I will also explain in the end of the video how Syria got freed at the 8th of December 2024 and how I felt when it was happening, and other things about my experience as Syrian girl living outside Syria. But first I want to talk about only some of the very known heroes of Syria. Most of them are dead though, why I want to give them their voice. Okay, so first hero I want to talk about is him. His name is Abdul Baset Al Sarout. He was good at soccer. He was a goalkeeper in soccer football, but also against the Assad monster's cruelty. He was known for his bravery. He made songs against them and even fight them back in street fight, shooting every time they tried getting him. His death was sad. He was fighting back as all protecting himself and his friends against the monsters, but at the very end, unfortunately, he got shot and died. Okay, so moving on, this victim's story is heartbreaking. A hero who got everyone's tears. Mazen Hamada, he started as a guy recording and posting videos of free Syrian groups asking for freedom in street. He got put in prison, and you know what he had to go through? All the pain victims had to go through in prison. After he were able to get out, his family stayed in Syria. But he went to Australia and had interview telling about his story and the pain he felt and exposed what those criminals does in prison. His face and eyes, you could see the pain and hurt he was feeling too in the interview. But only so they threatened him, saying they'll abuse and kill his family if he don't come back. So he came back and gave himself for those monsters again. They put him back in prison but tortured him 10 times, whereas he died only 1 week before freedom of Syria, and his dead body were the most horrifying. You could see asterisk, do not search please. Now this story broke my heart the most. Especially it was a kid victim. Hamza Al Khateeb was when he and his friends heard that Egypt were going against their ruler and took him away. So they, as 12, 13 years old kids, were joking around and wrote on a wall, "You're gonna be next," as a message for the dictator here. They all got captured and got tortured awfully in prison. Less than a month he died and his body were thrown to his parents. His story made many rage and ask for freedom harder. They couldn't believe they would do such thing to just an innocent kid. And this hero was very sweet and generous. You loved him so much. He is also known for roses, but for different reason. Ghiath Matar, he was also against them through talking, but he also got assists and give everyone water bottle tied with a rose for each one as act of support. He got put in prison and was a victim who were tortured to death. But he was an angel to Syrians. We all love him so much. He was such a good soul. And this one was important for me. This victim isn't dead and it's different, but still as upsetting. Laila Muhammad is the old woman who lives in Turkey for Saudi like me, but she had a very racist incident, got assaulted by a guy who came and kicked her across the face. She suffered a lot and were afraid to go out again. It's really upsetting to hear from me because I also felt very unwelcomed outside my country. Not same way, but still most Syrians who live outside Syria aren't feeling happy or comfortable, unfortunately. And yes, I'm one of the people who aren't happy outside my country. Going to creative hero. He was an actress in one of my favorite famous series called Alpha Solau. RBA is a family series. He was the role of a kind-hearted father of the people. Khaled Taja. I heard a very beautiful thing he said, which was, one day I'm sure trees will be filled and our country will be pretty again. The poor man was sick with cancer. When they took him to prison and tortured him despite his health, he lasted only 3 days and died in prison.